Week 11 of the Simulation Football League Season 25 kicks off this evening from Las Vegas, Nevada. The Seven Fires Temple is where things take place tonight as the Sin City Samurai play host to the Arizona Scorpions. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mike Daggs, and with me in the booth is Gerald Smith, our stats crew tonight, Corey Menner, and Justin Reside, along with our commissioner and producer, Cameron Irvine. You are watching the Simulation Football League on the Virtual Football Network. Gerald, how you doing tonight, man?
Well, I'm doing real good because I just kind of realized where my Louisiana North shirt is. I can pick it up before I leave the city right here in Vegas.
Here. Yeah.
So I can just pick it up. I'll be good to go on the flight back home. But look, a couple of teams that seem that they've changed, like you mentioned in the show, where they were at the beginning of the season to where they are now.
Yeah.
Sin City streaking, and Arizona's kind of back and forth, win-loss, win-loss.
Yeah, shaky. I mean, you know, they've played really good. They're definitely a solid team, but you know, they won their first two, and then they lost, and then they won, then they lost, then they won, then they lost, then they won. Literally, like that many times. So, you know, consistency. Well,
Perfect.
I just looked back over at the screen. We have a nostalgia counter. So that'll probably hit 53 by night's end. All right, let's get the game underway as the opening kick goes out of the back of the end zone, and we'll see Sin City's offense take the field first tonight in this one. Scar Patterson, he ranks near the bottom of the league in pass attempts and completions in yards. You know, and you would think that means they have a solid run game. But, you know, not so much, and I'm totally flipped over because Arizona's on the field first, not Sin City, so ignore me. Ashley Jackson's on the field, much higher stats than Scar Patterson. Pass over the middle is complete, so let me actually talk about Ashley Jackson's offense and her performance so far. Top 5 in the completions and attempts and yards. She's top 3 in touchdowns, so doing a fantastic job all the way through as, you know, we see her complete her first pass of the night.
Yeah, being able to do it right there over to TJ Punk, kind of right over the middle, right? To start off it is with, you know, a nice big 17-yard gain.
Going to go down to the ground as we see Brad Jones take his first carry of the night. And Gerald, you talked about him in the pregame show and just how good of a season he's had.
Yeah, look, and he's having a really good season right here, right? Brad Jones, number 2 in rushing on the season in the league and leads the league with 8 rushing touchdowns.
High formation on second down. Jackson has time, throws, and catches the ball. It's Fox Highwind. We just saw Brad Jones carry it and Fox Highwind catch it. Both of these players playing at an all-star level so far in this season, Gerald. Fox Highwind and Tita Queen have been huge gains for this Arizona team.
Yeah, look, and what are they doing? And that's what I show right here. So just kind of piggyback on that. Fox Highwind, 8th in receiving yards. T is 8th in receptions. Very, very productive for both those wide receivers.
Already down in Sin City territory, 50 yards so far on this drive as the ball is handed off to Will Todd. That's one way to get Will Todd involved. Say, you're not a tight end anymore, you're a fullback. Here, take this and run.
Yeah, Will Todd was just happy just sitting back in the scenes, and Eddie Gage was like, nah, man, we need to bring you to the forefront. We'll hand you the ball. You're a big, bulky body. Give that man some respect.
Don't fat shame Will Todd. Jackson back to throw. I know you weren't. Highwind catches it off the turf. You're like, what the heck?
Yeah, man, I couldn't catching the strays like that. Like, what happened?
3rd and 2 coming up.
Yeah, look, and this is, I think it's a really good third down for both teams right here, right? First drive of the game. You know, Arizona can set the tone right here by picking up this third down to continue it on to maybe score a touchdown. But, you know, Sin City, hey, can they stop them?
Wow, Ashley Jackson rushing the ball. Eddie Gage never would have. What? Did somebody steal the offensive playbook? Yeah, Eddie Gage does not let Ashley Jackson run. She's asked and asked and asked, and he has said no, never. She just did.
No, man, he's like, I got to keep the first lady of the team like in healthy condition. Don't want her to get hit.
Jackson over the middle, one-handed catch by Tita Queen. She had a great game last week in their win over Charleston. She's got 40 catches on the season. That's 8th best in the league, over 500 yards, along with her counterpart Fox Highwind. She's got 3 touchdowns herself. So there's multiple receivers with multiple touchdowns. Fox with 4, T with 3, and then TJ Punk also has 4. First down and goal from about the 7-yard line. Jackson flips that one out to Will Todd, who stiff arms one defender, but gets tackled after no gain on the play. Second down and goal.
Yeah, look, and the way Arizona's putting together this first drive right here on the road is pretty good. They're making it seem a little bit easy to be able to get down to the point to where they are now.
They gained about a foot on that one. Jackson hands this one off. Brad Jones bottled up at the line of scrimmage. Third down and goal now.
Wow, what a way to stand up right here by the Sin City defense, being able to shut down, a couple of runs right here, right outside the 5. Now I do think they are in a situation where they are going to throw.
Yeah.
Need to be very careful. Everything gets bottled up at this area in the field.
4 receivers set, 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Jackson under center. Puts Brad Jones in motion. He joins the trio at the top. Interesting look now. Jackson back to pass. Has time. Throws middle. Back of the end zone. Fox high win touchdown.
What protection by the offensive line right there. Be able to give Ashley as much time as she wanted until a wide receiver found themselves open. And then on top of that, how do you let like one of the top 2 receivers on this squad get that wide open right in front of the quarterback? It was just threw right down the middle. It was almost pitch and catch. It just sat right there in the back of the end zone, just straight right on the line, wide open. You can't let that happen. Sin City going forward. Arizona has set the tone right now for this game.
And there was literally, if you look at that replay, there was 5 defenders from Sin City that were in the area, but all of them were up closer to the goal line and not back where Fox was just standing all alone in the back of the end zone. It's like, you have that many defenders there. Put one of them on Fox.
They had to have caught them looking in the backfield right there, right? Just had all that time. They turn around, they look, and be like, oh, she's got to be running or rolling out or something. And what he did, able to find a little bit more space in the back because of the time that she had, and they just lost discipline on the back end.
So now Sin City's offense will come out onto the field, and I already mentioned Scar Patterson, near the bottom of the league in attempts and completions and yards and touchdowns. He hasn't thrown it a whole heck of a lot. So my point was, you'd think that the running game is, just on fire, but it's not. And you mentioned that in the pregame show. These running backs really haven't done a whole lot this season. So we'll see what they are able to do tonight, as I guess they just want to prove us wrong right out of the gate as Logan Lee picks up 12.
Look, and they picked up more than the average. Look, you think about it, everybody else, he's got about 12 to 13 yards right here on just this one carry. And he does that a couple more times. He'll actually exceed the amount of rush yards that Robert Johnson has on the season.
147 on the season coming into tonight's game. And like we mentioned earlier, he's had that. Maybe I was exaggerating when I said in a quarter, but he's had that in a half for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt. He's got so many 200+ yard rushing games on his career. I mean, it's just unreal to have it that little amount of yards at this stage in the season after 6 games. Right? He has probably at least quadruple that amount at this point in the season.
Hubba Kimbrell getting the carry that last time around. Ball is now handed off once again. Gets it down to Logan Lee. He'll pick up a couple more. Sets him up with a third down and short. This offense is Scar Patterson at quarterback, Hubba Kimbrell and Robert Johnson, along with Logan Lee, are the halfbacks. Chevy Monte Carlo is the fullback. Elliot Pope Jr., Kenny Hendricks, Al Dillapre Sr. are your wide receivers. Talon Steele and Talababi are the tight ends. On the offensive line, LL Volt, Jackson Barrito, Rose Steele, and Adam Chance. So third down and 3. Patterson drops. Quick pass and immediately intercepted. Threw it right to him, Gerald. Sean Moore, the big dog, gets the pick.
Yeah, look, and that was not even a good throw. The big dog just sat right there, and I don't know what Scar Patterson was looking at, because the big dog is a very big guy. right? He sits there at 6'3", 250 pounds. How could you not see him sitting right there? But look, the big dog comes up really big right here. And this is not what Sin City wanted to do on their first drive.
Sean Moore leads the team in interceptions. He's got 4 on the season. He was tied with Rain Rie, not anymore. Brad Jones gets a carry, picks up 3. The offense is Ashley Jackson, along with Brad Jones, DJ Moses II, and Will Todd, all in the backfield. You've got Fox Highwind, T. DeQueen, and TJ Punk at wide receiver. Lily Nakai is the tight end. On the offensive line, Sean Crooked, Bruncher Grayjam, Kiera Storm, and Danny Carmichael. Jackson to throw into double coverage, and Fox Highwind makes it look easy.
Yeah, looking right here. Look, and it's kind of hard to tell, right? You know, especially the way, you know, Ashley has had a good season thus far, but one stat that we didn't really touch on in the pregame is that she has thrown the most interceptions.
Throwing a ton.
In the league.
Yeah.
She is the worst. She's 17 interceptions. That's last in the league.
Yeah, and she threw 2 or 3 last week as well. Jackson going deep and finding Fox all the way inside the red zone. On fire so far tonight, but touching on those picks before we talk about that great play. You know, statistically had a fantastic game last week, and darn near could have been my pick for the offensive player of the week. I went back and forth between her and Trellis Blanton for a while before settling in on Blanton, because just there was more interceptions thrown by Jackson, and to have a truly elite game, you know, you got to also be able to limit the picks. So
right.
See if she's able to do that tonight. Brad Jones certainly going to help in that regard. Great ground game certainly makes it easy. If you don't have to throw a whole lot, you can't throw picks. He picks up 6 on that one, 2nd and 4.
I mean, Ashley is right now in the passing game right now, right? She is perfect, right? Hasn't had a ball hit the ground yet. Everything has been completed to her own teammates.
Broadcaster curse. You just threw out like 3 things that could go wrong. Jackson to throw. All right, well, so far so good. DeQueen steps out of bounds at the 2-yard line. 1st down and goal as she takes a pass out of the backfield.
I can just hear T in the huddle. I know they're talking about it, Ashley. You just do a short dump off route to me, and I'll get us to the promised land. T doesn't quite get it. But look, gets them in a very good situation where now they might be able to focus on the run game as they're out at about the 2 or 3 yard line.
Yeah, 1st down and goal. Maybe Will Todd can get his first touchdown on the season.
Will Todd himself is averaging per carry more than the entire Sin City backfield. Oh,
Jackson tries to take it herself and gets absolutely stuffed. If she gets injured on one of these run plays, I'm literally going to have to call Eddie in the middle of the broadcast and ask him what he was thinking.
All I can hear say is like, oh, man. You know how it is.
Jackson could take it again here. From the 1, she's going to roll out, try to get to the outside, and slides short of the line to gain. 3rd down and goal.
Eddie was so nervous. He was yelling at her from the sideline to get down and not get hit, and she did it too soon. Eddie, that's your fault.
It is, because this is the first time he's let her run. So,
wow, that was a touchdown all day.
3rd time's the charm for Ashley Jackson. Will she dive over the top? She tries to and gets in. Touchdown for the Scorpions. Ashley Jackson into the end zone for 6.
Yeah, you know what she does? She's like, Eddie, I can't listen to you yell at me like that. I'm going to just do what I do and put the ball in the end zone. She takes it herself and jumps over the line to get into the end zone. Now, look, they're up 2 scores. So now, do we think that Sin City is in trouble right now? Almost through an entire quarter. Only had 1 possession. Very time-consuming drives that Arizona has put together. They've been able to eat up a lot of the clock
for sure.
So what does Sin City do now? In almost 1 quarter, they're going to have 1.5 possession, depending on how it shakes out in the next less than 2 minutes.
To answer your question, if I'm Sin City, am I nervous? Yeah, because I allowed a 10-play, 80-yard drive that ended in a touchdown. And then on my first offensive possession, I threw a pick. And that pick resulted not only in points off turnovers, but 3 minutes being chewed off the clock and another touchdown after 8 plays, 55 yards. My defense can't seem to stop the Scorpion attack, and my offense has so far only thrown an interception. So, we'll see what the offense can do. Their first drive cut short, and they've only had that one possession. So, still plenty of football left, obviously. But, I mean, right now, Arizona looks like they're on fire, and Scorpion, or the Sin City Samurai, just look a little out of sorts.
Yeah, and one thing to actually think about right here with Sin City, they haven't won a game at home yet this season.
Yeah.
All their wins have been on the road.
Yeah, 3 in a row on the road, which is very impressive. But Logan Lee, he'll only pick up a couple of yards. Let's talk about this Arizona Scorpion defense. On the defensive line, you've got D.D. Sachs, Alex Constantine, Hunter Norwood, and David Tilley. You got Big Dog as the middle linebacker, Sean Moore. Adam Wiseman and Wolf Highwind join the linebacker core. Talk about the secondary. After this pitch up to the top, hit in the backfield, breaks 2 tackles, gets past the first down marker, and almost all the way up to midfield.
That was a great individual run by Logan Lee, being able to break 2 tackles. He got a block by a guy right on the edge right there, being able to block it, but Chevy Monte Carlo just let his teammate get up from behind. He threw somewhat of a no-hitter right there, right at the end. And look, Logan Lee could have keep on running, but not meant to be. Miss a block right there. You can't throw the no-hitters, Monte Carlo.
Monte Carlo just out there to watch the action. He's not actually playing. He's just like, I just wanted a really good view.
Well, I just think he's like, wait, we can run?
The secondary, Xavier Rowe, the third, Terrell Davis, Ernest McCrae Sr., and Everett Garrison, the safeties, Rain Rie and Bernard Smith. Final play of the first quarter. Another nice run up the middle. So we've seen some nice runs from the Samurai, Gerald, but can they convert that into the points that they need to get caught back up? And will their defense stop Arizona from getting any more points? 1 quarter down, 3 to go. All Arizona in this one, 14-0. You're watching the Simulation Football League on the Virtual Football Network. Beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Aerial coverage of today's game provided by Dags Droneworks. Aerial photography and videography services for real estate, events, marketing, and more. Learn more at dagsdroneworks.com. Gerald, currently the drone is out in search of Spread Shop's warehouse, so we can find where your shirt is.
I was gonna say we need to find it and say, hey, and they can just attach it to the drone, and I can put it on in the
little hook, a little tether. We can just fly it right back to the stadium.
And I can change it mid stuff a little bit.
I would prefer that you keep your shirt on throughout the duration of the broadcast.
I need to take it off. I got to feel good, look good, feel good.
Yeah, but I want to feel good too. Patterson tries to get it up the middle and is stopped shy of the line to gain. 4th down and 3. Questionable decision there.
Yeah, I got my hands up like, what happened? I don't know if they heard like, hey, me changing my shirt comment, and they kind of lost a little bit of focus. Threw me off.
I don't even know. And I honestly don't even know who just carried the ball. I was so thrown off. All I know is that somebody, I think it was Patterson. Did Patterson take it himself, or did he hand that off? No, he handed that off. I just watched the replay, but I stop it with stuff like that. Why nobody wants to hear that.
Everybody wants to see the Louisiana North T-shirt.
That's not even what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Whatever. All right. Arizona back out on the field. Let's focus.
I am.
Lynette in the chat talking about bagels, yogurt, and ham. What? All right. On this pierogies. Oh, we're talking about food. Ah, it's too early for that. All right. So, hey, Will Todd back in the action. He picked up 3 on that carry. Before I forget, let's run through the Sin City defense. We've got Gary Burney, Mike All, and Big Snacks. I'm sure that's his official legal name. I would want to see the driver's license. That's the defensive line. Mark Gronick, Jay Mart, Zach Benjamin, and Gary Clem. Those are your linebackers. Pass up top to Green with the spin move. Nice pirouette. And almost picks up a first down. The secondary, Evan Lacey, Joshua Durr, Kanye Rockefeller, and King Jamal. 3rd and inches.
Arizona looks like the team that I thought they were, right? Like to start the season and how they played early on tonight. So they're looking really, really good right now.
Jackson.
Oh man,
continues the running ways.
That was a hard hit right there.
I'm telling you right now.
You can't have Ashley take hits like that.
I'm gonna call him on speaker and hold it up to the microphone. And be like, what are you doing, man? Make for some interesting commentary.
Invite him up to the booth and say, what is your problem?
Yeah. What were you thinking? Todd takes the carry. Hey, nice gain for Will Todd this time as he picks up about 4 yards. Talon Steele in the chat says that Big Snacks is his government name. I cry BS. I think that
is his initials.
Big Snacks. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, what do you think I was saying? Big Snacks. Jackson back to throw, pass over the middle, caught by
Cannot miss right now.
Yeah, remember when you were a kid and Nerf had that football that was like it was like half a Velcro and then you'd have the Velcro gloves.
Yeah,
that's what I think's happening down here. I think they're using a Velcro Nerf ball and Fox just has those Velcro gloves.
Or we need some. Oh, look at this. We need one of those soundboard things where you got that dude from NBA Jam. She's in the zone.
Yeah, he's on fire.
She's on fire.
Yeah. Anytime
downtown.
Anytime I would get on fire though, I'd immediately miss the next shot. It's like inevitable.
He's on fire.
Boom. Yeah.
We need to have one where somebody kicks a field goal, melts the goalpost.
Yeah. But then we'd need to replace the goalpost.
Cam's got a lot of money. We good.
Yeah.
He's rich.
Roller. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
He's got a Concorde jet. That's how we go places.
Will Todd sets up Arizona with a 3rd down and 6. And Matt and I used to play NBA Jam all the time. This is bringing up some core memories. Jackson, tries to run and gets laid out. Gets up, though. Big Snacks decides to eat.
He does. And he brings Ashley down. I don't even think Ashley realized he was there as she started rolling out. But Snacks was right there just to bring Ashley down. And those are the hits you don't want her to take right there. God, that's probably about the 3rd or 4th hit she's taken really, really hard like that. So, man, you don't want to see it because what happened? Because she's having such a good game right now in the passing game. Like if she goes down, like what do you got right there? You got D Johnson coming in. Who's that guy?
Oh man, I hope 13 comes in. We'll see what happens, but. Listen, with any luck, Ashley Jackson will stay healthy, but he's playing with fire. Getting back to Big Snacks. All right, if that's his government name, could Snacks actually be a surname? Sure. But do you really think Mr. and Mrs. Snacks would say, we should name our baby boy?
Maybe it's Bidge.
Bidge?
Bidge, like the G makes the J sound.
What's up, Bidge? I don't think we should say that on air.
Never mind. Forget that.
Scar Patterson hands the ball off. My goodness. He ain't been fired yet. It ain't going to happen. Logan Lee picks up 4.
Yeah, forget I said that. But look, Sin City's got to get themselves in a situation. Look, and it started right there. They're able to force that punt. Now they need to get themselves in a really good situation. They need to go down and put some points on the board because they're not looking really good on offense right now.
Pitch up top. Goes for a loss. Tackled for a 2-yard loss on the play, trying to get Hubba Kimbrell involved.
You know what? It's part of their running woes. They have such a crowded backfield, and the offensive game plan makers are actually trying to get everybody involved instead of using what is your best guy to be able to get the maximize your amount of yards.
See if Patterson's able to get it done here. Is 3rd down and 8 coming up. Puts a receiver in motion down to the bottom. That's Kenny Hendricks. Patterson back to throw. Quick pass over the middle, but Gerald. Yeah, it's 3rd and 8. He threw a 3-yard pass.
They got, what happened with what they were doing, the previous games? But, like I mentioned before, right? They've kind of turned it around. They were able to force some turnovers. And one game, they had 3 pick sixes in one game. You can't be solely reliant on your defense to come through for you. Because as of right now, look, you done spotted them 14, and your offense isn't doing it for you right now.
I know the saying is defense wins championships, which to a certain extent is true. But you know what else wins championships? Points. You got to score them with the offense most of the time.
I mean, as you as a guy who won back-to-back championships and hadn't scored points in a month for your team, right? You know how important it is to put points on the board because that's how you won those championships, putting the points on the board.
Exactly. We got to get back to doing that. Jackson hands the ball off to DJ Moses. Tackle is made for no gain. Talon Steele says that Big Snacks has a brother, Little Snacks. And how much you want to bet?
It's Little
Snacks. Yeah, Big Snacks is 6'1", 280. How much you want to bet that Little Snacks is like 6'8", 420? It's really this huge guy. What's your name? Little Snacks.
Deep voice.
Yeah.
So you the little brother? You the little big brother?
Yeah. You.
Little shoot.
What's your name? Little Snacks. All right.
All deep voice and everything else.
Dan Tritz in the chat says, ouch, Gerald. I don't even know what you said to someone.
0
Dan
points
Tritz.
in a month for Mexico.
Oh, that. Yeah, that's right. See, I blocked that right out of my mind. Wow, a rare drop. Jackson had a wide open TJ Punk. # throw it to the former tight end. And he can't get it. So back-to-back defensive stops for the Samurai. But, Gerald, Scar Patterson is one of two. You know, I talked about how he's thrown it very little. He's 21st out of 23 in the league in pass attempts this season. Granted, they've only played 6 games compared to other teams that have played 7 or even 8, like we have with Arizona. But he's only completed 1 pass. There's 3:38 to go in the half.
See, and this is the thing. What a lot of people don't realize, or you look at it, and this is where stats matter right here. They are, third to last in attempts by their quarterback. They are third to last in attempts from a running back. That tells me they're having a lot of 3 and outs. They're not on the field very often, right? So they're not getting the plays in there to have sustained drive, that they're counting on the defense to put themselves in a really good position to score. And if they haven't gotten that, they've struggled.
TFL registered. As Sean Moore, Big Dog, continues his big night. He's got a pick. He's got a TFL. He's got some tackles. There's his stats right there. 2 tackles and a pick. That one just went for a loss. Sin City has got to figure out a different formula. The halftime adjustments loom large for the Samurai. Patterson completes pass number 2. And that one goes over the middle to Talon Steele. And more of that, please, if you want to try to win this game.
Yeah, look, and Talon Steele, right? The second highest reception getter on this Sin City team behind Al Dillapre Sr., who we really haven't even mentioned. He hasn't even gotten a target today yet, and we almost completed an entire half of football.
Pretty wild. See what happens as this drive progresses. Patterson changing the play at the line at the 41. He's going to go back down to a run. Lee breaks a tackle and gains about 4. They'll spot him with 5. You're watching Simulation Football League action here on the Virtual Football Network. This week on VFN, SFL Week 11 continues tomorrow and Monday, while the UFL Conference Finals get going on Tuesday ahead of the inaugural UFL Championship game Friday, October 3rd. No other network gives you more football. The SFL lives on VFN. 3rd down and 2 coming up. Kimbrell, I thought he would have set up at least a 3rd and inches there, but see if they take another look at that or just go with 3rd and 2.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good spot right there by the referees as we get the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Still all Arizona. However, no more points were scored so far in the second quarter. So holding them to only those first 14, and on a drive right now is Sin City, seeing if they can get some points on the board, and they will get the ball to start the second half, so an opportunity looms to double dip. Oh, the pitch could have been picked off. Adam Wiseman was right back there trying to get it. Didn't get the pick, but they got the stop. Him and Highwind combining for a tackle for a loss on the play. 4th down and 5, and just like that, never mind, you're not going to double dip. You're going to punt it away.
Yeah, look, and guess what we talked about early on, how much of a TFL machine Adam Wiseman was and who he has. Sean Moore right on his hip to be able to shut that down, and drive just stalls for Sin City. Not what they wanted at all.
The Samurai trying to let some clock tick away, because they don't want to let Arizona have an opportunity to score. But whether they want to or not, Gerald, a minute 19 and all 3 timeouts in a red-hot Ashley Jackson and friends on offense. Jackson's only had 1 incompletion, Gerald, 123 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions, triple-digit quarterback rating. She's got Fox with 6 catches, T with 3 catches. TJ Punk had that one and only drop, and that one hit him right in the hands.
Yep.
They'll go down to the ground, though, see what Brad Jones can do. What can he do? He can just get all the way up past the 35, and then, much to Gerald's dismay, spins.
I don't know what he was spinning for. He had the speed.
Style points,
I think
baby.
he had the room right there, but man, he just wanted to make him look real bad right there and try to hit a spin move on him, but he didn't really need it. But now that gets him in a position right here, and I know what Eddie was thinking. Hey, look, we're going to try and run the ball right here and see what we can get out of it. If we can get some yards and get closer to midfield, hey, we might be able to be a little bit more aggressive.
Still in a 2-receiver set, and they're going to go with a draw as Kimbrell picks up a couple up the middle. I think, I don't know, they might do one more run. Eddie's got to trust the offense and let him burn some of those timeouts and get in a position to make some plays, but still in a running look here. Although I think they'll pass. Yep. Jackson up top, nearly throws the first points of the game for Sin City.
That would have been bad, and it would have fell right into what Sin City has been cashing in on the last 3 weeks. Capitalized on turnovers. Lucky enough for Arizona that it slipped right through the defender's hand and hit the turf. Because look, you don't want that to happen to change any momentum. Arizona has this team, the Sin City team, where they want them.
Jackson rolls out to the bottom flag on the play.
Is that a hold?
Yeah, I'm gonna guess ineligible downfield just to anger you.
Let's not do this.
Yep. TJ Punk gets the catch, but it's all for naught as number 62, Brunter Grayjam, was a little too far downfield, and I know you won't be able to see it on the air, but we will be able to see the replay of what happened.
Man very likely did his job, and he
pancaked the defender and fell 2 yards past the line of scrimmage.
Shame. Where's that bell from that show? The woman that's around with shame.
Jackson on 3rd down finds DeQueen up to midfield. Timeout. Timeout is called. Why am I calling it from the booth?
I don't know. You even making the motion right here. You're like, that's the coach come out. Look, if you score no points, you're like, we need the points we can get. Let's call timeout. I gotta need points.
The Aztecs had better score tonight, so you and Cam can let it go.
I cannot let it go. I'm counting the quarters.
Be like Queen Elsa and let it go, let it go. Jackson up top, one-on-one coverage. Why not? Hits T to Queen on the cusp of field goal range, burns the second time out.
Yeah, look, and they have one more in their back pocket right here. I would throw it again. If they run the ball, it's just almost like, yeah, we're just kind of just dealing with it. But look at it. They got T back there at the tailback position. Makes me think that they're going to throw out of this formation.
Jackson will throw, pumps, decides to run with it, gets up to the 32. Final timeout called with 6 seconds left. Do they trot out Rob Ems for a long field goal?
I think they should.
Well, it looks like Jackson's in the huddle, and they're going to try a 49-yarder.
Yeah, that's good right there.
Unless they fake it.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. Rob Ems from 49. Straight down the middle, and a 3-score ball game just before the half. Scorpions just on an absolute roll.
Yeah, he was able to get that, actually able to, hurt good hands as a quarterback right there, being able to take that bad snap. It was a little bit low. Been able to put it in there for Rob Ems, and he drills it right down the middle. No goalpost hit or nothing, no wide right.
Will Todd, really? You had to go with the wide right? Listen, I know we don't normally talk about NFL teams, but the Buffalo Bills are going to steamroll your beloved New Orleans Saints, and I'm not even going to feel bad. You started this.
We'll see.
You started this. Anyway, Will Todd says Rob Ems equals big money. Big money, not to be confused with big snacks or little snacks. Scar Patterson back out on the field on offense. What's he going? Hail Mary for 80 yards? He is.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's a choice.
Is that Dillapre? It's not Dillapre.
No,
Kenny
that's Kenny Hendricks. So, well, third catch of the day for a receiver here on Sin City. The second for Hendricks as he gets buku yards on that one. 1 half down, one remains. This one's been all Arizona so far. 17-0 here in sunny Las Vegas. Gerald, your thoughts on the first half? What have we seen, or more specifically not seen, out of Sin City that you need to see in the second half?
Offense, right? We haven't seen much of offense, and I do think that their best play was that just random throw down the field that we just saw just seconds ago. And when that is your, quite possibly your best offensive play, that's not good. That's just to heave it up, see if your guy catches it and everything else. Arizona fully has this game in control, and I do think it's their game to lose at this point. If Sin City gets back in it, it's because Arizona got way conservative and allowed them to come back in. But Sin City, do they have the necessary tools to do so? Yes, but can they make it happen? I don't know. We're going to have to find out.
Ashley Jackson, the halftime player of the game, and why not? She's been darn near perfect on the day so far. And we'll get the second half started here. Sin City will get the ball to start the second half. We'll see what sort of halftime adjustments they made, see if they're able to get out here and score some points. Because to your point, there's been no offense. I mean, the Sin City offense has just looked anemic.
That's to say the least. I just think they're nearly almost non-existent, right? They had a couple of plays that looks like they were splash plays. Like, hey, look, it seems like this could be that Canton, a team that we've seen from the past, right? Smother a team defensively and have your offense play smooth, clean football, and methodical drives. They just haven't had that all season. I mean, when you're averaging average per rush collectively for everyone who has ever carried the ball on this team this season is 2.5 yards. That's not very good.
And they had some big runs in the first half. They just couldn't get sustained drives. Logan Lee has another big one here. He'll pick up 9 on the first carry of the second half. Skippy in the chat says, bingo. Congratulations, Skippy. She's playing bingo in her own head.
I think her and Rochelle are having like a competition,
like a bingo battle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I think Rochelle, she's got her dauber bag around.
Oh yeah,
she knows that.
Yeah, but like, what?
Why am I saying it? She's gonna beat me up when she says it.
Yo, definitely, and I'm gonna laugh. It's first down. Nope, inches away.
What?
See if they get another look at that one. I thought that was short. I'll see if they can keep this drive going. I'm just, Rochelle is actually playing actual bingo, though. Skippy is just, I don't know. To hear somebody say 17, she's like, oh, I got 17.
Maybe
you don't even have a bingo card.
Maybe she's howling at the dog.
Could be.
Like the former
bingo was
dog.
his name.
What's his name? Oh,
yeah. BINGO. Anyway, first down achieved for the Samurai. They keep the drive going, which is critical for them. They've got to get some sort of points on this, or at least at minimum look like they've got some things figured out. Scoreless in Charleston. The Chicago Warriors facing the Charleston Predators early in the second quarter in that one. 3 interceptions, 4 sacks, and a missed field goal in that game so far. So there's been a lot of action. There's not a lot of points as we get 5 more yards from Logan Lee.
That result with all that nonsense they got going on the other game is not my fault.
No?
Yeah, I didn't call them a field goal this week.
Well, not yet. There's still time.
I want to see a missed extra point. No one does that.
It's never happened.
Oh,
they quite literally are automatic here. Kimbrell picks up another first down. So Sin City seems to be sticking to the same formula of running, but their runs are finding more success.
Yeah, and they are. Look, and they're probably averaging somewhere around 3 1/3 yards a carry right now, which is above their average.
Going back down to the ground, Logan Lee picks up 4. Skippy says, y'all not on your joke game tonight. I'm disappointed. She's just mad that we're making fun of hers.
She needs to be disappointed in her own squad, not in us. It's not our fault,
I wasn't gonna
Skippy.
go there.
It's not our fault.
Yeah, she's probably mad at you for saying that her team should just die and get thrown away.
She can do the murdering. I'm sure she'll be happy with that.
That's not nice.
She can, yeah. Love you, Skippy.
Sounds it. Kimbrel with another first down carry up to the 35-yard line. So they are on the cusp of Charles Franz field goal range here. Franz warming up on the sideline. Even he hasn't been used to last year. 4 of 4 on the season. That pass over the middle gets him inside the 30-yard line. You know, you look at the stats on the season for everyone on this squad, and you wouldn't think that they've played 2 games, let alone 6. How'd they win those 3?
I have no idea. Now I'm nervous. Skippy wants to fight. I'm nervous now.
Yeah, she can't see you though, so you'll be fine. Broken tackle, first down inside the 20, and then a late hit out of bounds, but no flag on that play. First down and 10 inside the red zone though.
Where was this type of stuff in the entire first half? Didn't be able to come down, put this together, right? Logan Lee, look, and Logan Lee's getting a lot of these yards after contact. So he's doing what he needs to do right here. The offense is slowly, methodically getting down there, and if they can put a touchdown on the board, I mean, and they started getting stops like they have been, and their offense is able to kind of take advantage of the stops their defense is giving them, we might look at a different type of second half.
Patterson sticks to the ground, goes back down to Kimbrel. This time he only gains a yard on the play. Laura Parkinson in the chat says time for a comeback. We'll see. So far, things are looking pretty solid for the Samurai here in the second half. It's been nearly all runs on this one. There's been 1 pass.
And they've been getting them at a pretty good clip, too.
And this one's even going to be a run as Patterson gets inside the 5, tackled down at the 3-yard line. So both number 9s at quarterback getting it done with their legs tonight.
Yeah, and I didn't know what was going to happen there. I thought he was going to slide at one point once I saw defenders getting there, and as he started getting close, he was committed to kind of keep running. I wanted to see him dive from like the 3-yard line and see if he could just hurdle some folks.
11 plays
not to happen.
So far on this drive. This will be play number 12 coming up. So far out of those 11, there have been 10 rushes all the way down to the 3-yard line. Handing the ball off, Kimbrel right up to the 1-yard line and then stopped. 2nd and goal.
And this is going on close to a 5-minute drive right here too. So they're using up time. And I do think it's really important that they get a touchdown here. You're going to take up that much time, come away with the maximum amount of points that you need.
Patterson under center. Everybody on the line for both teams. Ball is handed off. Logan Lee over the top. Touchdown Samurai, and they got some points on the board.
Once again, Logan Lee takes the first contact and gets the yards that he needs because they blew it up right in the backfield right there. The big dog got in there, couldn't make the tackle. The strength of Logan Lee, he's able to shed the big dog's tackle and get the touchdown that they so desperately needed right here. Now they are only down 2 scores, and their defense has been playing pretty well since the first quarter.
Extra point makes it a 10-point game. 13-play drive, over 70 yards, taking up more than half the quarter. So great effort, great result for the Samurai. And now we'll see what their defense can do. Arizona scored touchdowns, Gerald, on their first 2 possessions, and then their next 2, they couldn't get anything. They had to punt. Finally, on their possession after that, they were able to make a field goal, but even that, they had to kick a 49-yarder. Granted that they made it, and that's what made it a 3-score game, but their offense, after those first 2 possessions, seems like Sin City's kind of figured it out.
Yeah, look, and all that, I do think they have probably got a little bit more conservative with that 2-score lead. Felt like they maybe could have just coasted their way through it. But guess what? Sin City is holding true so far.
Screen pass down to Jones, picks up some nice yards. He gets up past about 13 yards on that catch. Great play design. And result for the Scorpions.
Look, and I like the way they kind of started out right here, too, just kind of dumping it off right there and seeing what you get right on screen pass. You had 3 offensive linemen get out there and make a couple of blocks. You got a wide receiver as well making a block. T with a huge block there, too, to allow her teammate to be able to pick up even more yards. So what a way to start out on first down after your opponent scores and put points on the board. Get back aggressive to what got you those quick 14 points to start with.
Jackson hands this one off. DJ Moses picks up 4 yards. And the Sin City defense desperate to try to get that ball back.
So Ed, we can all have the feel of what this game has been, right? It seems like Arizona is in control. So for you, as an offensive coordinator, how would you start to handle a situation when you feel like everything is in your favor right now? Do you get conservative or do you keep pressing it?
I'm going to keep on pressing it. And look, you just saw Jackson break a sack and then throw it to Velcro hands Fox Highwind. I mean, if you're able to keep on doing this, like one thing that drives me bonkers is when a team has a significant lead, like Arizona had 17 points. That's significant enough. And then they take their foot off the gas and then they allow their opponent to get back into it. If everything's working, let it keep working. Keep putting points on the board. Keep the ball in your quarterback's hands and let her do what she's been doing well all game long. Now, obviously, she's been interception prone throughout the season, and you don't want to take that risk in some cases. But if you've got the opportunity to go and get another touchdown on the board and make this 24-7, do it.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I would get a little bit more on the this is just me. That's why I wasn't successful. I would get a little bit more on the conservative side, and we kind of ran. We had a lot more tougher games than what we probably should have, and we lost leads very likely because of it, because we didn't stay quite aggressive as we probably should have been, right? So when you got, as they say, if you got your foot on their throat, keep it on it until you just put the life out of them.
Like, you definitely wouldn't want to put your backups in and let the opponent get all the way back into the game, go to overtime, and then keep the backups in. That would be ludicrous.
That was a mistake.
Oh. Well, hey, you're picking on me not scoring points in a month and losing a game.
Maybe I was happy already celebrating in the locker room and say, guys, you got it, and they just didn't know what to do because it just wasn't there.
They're like, coach is gone. What do we do?
But look at this stop right here.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about. Here it is, Sin City getting themselves back into the game, and they didn't allow much clock to be drained right here, so they can somehow come away with points on this next drive.
Yeah, it's a whole new game.
We could be starting saying, hey, is Arizona losing grip? Because we seen for the better part of about 2 quarters, they had it steadily in hand, and now that we've rolled the half over, Sin City's looking a lot better. The defense has really tightened up since those first quick scores.
And I'd almost argue that they really only had it in hand for 1 quarter. They had two possessions in the first quarter. Both were touchdown drives. Sin City only had 1 possession in that first quarter, and it was the one that they threw the pick. Since that time, the momentum plateaued, and then how has turned into Sin City's favor as Logan Lee picks up 9 yards on that carry. So, yeah, we could definitely see something. The only thing I would not question, but caution is the word I'm looking for. Listen, a 5-minute drive is great. There's only so many minutes left in the game, though. You do got to score a smidge quicker.
You got it, yeah, and you have to look at him. 5.5 yards a carry for Logan Lee today. That just more than doubles what he's been doing all season.
Another run down on the ground, picks up another first down on the day.
Look, and they're getting themselves in really, really good position right here, being able to pick up a first down. And now, like, is Eddie Gage sitting on the sideline saying, stop yelling at Ashley and the way she's running the ball and just get back to focusing on defense and stopping this offense, much like you did in the first quarter. And even through the second quarter, right? They were still shutting down the offense as a defense in Arizona. Look at the yards and a half. You got Sin City doubling them up at least.
Yeah. And back in possession of the ball, so they'll keep on adding some on here. 2nd down and 9 from their own 31. Pitch down to the bottom. Lee wrapped up in the backfield and brought down for a short loss on the play. It looked like maybe Wolf Highwind and Sean Moore were in on that one.
Yeah, Wolfie was there, kind of come right in there and being able to bring him down. You know, like he don't get a whole lot of accolade, but when Wolf is in there, he makes an impact.
Patterson throws, and that one should have been picked. But Rain Rie playing hot potato with himself.
Yeah, and we need to change that name because a Rie misses it, a Road catches it. But let's just go. You force the fourth down, and you got Sin City punting. So now Arizona's got to be able to get themselves back into the game, right? Like get themselves back in control of this game. What was that? Why did they hit him?
Wow, a rare call for fair catch interference, and that's not going to help you get back in it when you spot them extra yards. And the coach is angry about that one.
No, that was an unforced error right there. You know what I mean? And it gives them 15.
Sure does, yeah.
They go from what, the 26 to the 41.
It was about a 40-yard net, and it goes all the way down to a 25-yard net. So Arizona starts at their own 41-yard line, and they'll start with a run. Nice blocking on the play. T.J. Moses. Or excuse me, that's Will Todd doing some damage.
Why'd you have to do that to that guy right there? Just truck the guy, put him on his back. Ouch.
2nd down and 4, final play of the third quarter. Looking like it's a pass. Jackson, swing route. DeQueen catches it, gains nothing. Good defensive effort by Gary Clem. So 3 quarters down, 10 minutes to go. Here from Las Vegas, Arizona, still out in front, 17-7. But Sin City trying to claw their way back into it. Arizona on a drive. You're watching the Simulation Football League on the Virtual Football Network. I'm Mike Dice. He's Gerald Smith. We've got Corey Menner and Justin Reside on stats. Cameron Irvine, our producer, back at VFN HQ. I got the acronym right that time.
Yeah, you was all over the place on the other broadcast. I didn't say nothing. I'm like, it's always.
I was broken.
Partner etiquette.
Thanks.
Don't draw attention.
You're the best. You could have told me I kept screwing it up, though. They could have, whispered it.
I was just watching the fireworks.
You're like, wow, that guy's a wreck. I'm just going to let him burn. So nice of you. 1st down and 10. As Arizona moves the sticks again.
No, Sin City's got to keep that tight defense they've been having it all half.
Another nice block as that one gets pitched down to Moses, and the pulling guard gets it done.
Yeah, that was a clinic on blocking on how to run a play right there, right? You got so many people out there getting a hat on a hat, and when you need defenders that come from the complete opposite side of the field, which it ends up in a situation where they're not worried about blocking them because they're on the opposite side of the field, that you end up doing that right there. It's a thing of beauty.
Jackson takes it herself.
Look at that!
Oh, she got moves.
Ashley put a move on somebody. Like, what's going on there? Look, but that's look. Ashley probably got some dance moves in her repertoire, being able to shift it like that.
Yeah. Watch out, Lake, man. We got a new shuffler on the field.
That's like everybody's like, oh, Ashley, you ain't still got it. She show up on the dance floor, do stuff like that. I still got it. She still got it.
Jackson hands it off to Brad Jones. Jones has had a quiet night in total yards, but his average has been really good. He picks up 4 there, averaging over 5 yards per carry. And the more important thing, Gerald, is they're just ticking away clock and punching their way into scoring range here, obviously well within Rob M's range at this point, as it looks like Jackson will take it back to the skies. Jackson throws over the middle, and that one is incomplete. Tried to get it out to Lili Nakai. 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, Lili got the ball got thrown behind her right there, and she didn't have much of an opportunity to kind of grab that one. But look, let's just, if I'm Arizona right here, look, I'm telling Ashley in the earpiece, hey, don't put it in any danger. Safe throws or none at all.
Jackson back to throw down to the bottom, and wow, Gerald Way to go.
I'm sorry,
you just can't
Eddie.
say anything.
I'm sorry.
A
Man,
chair was just sacrificed in the Gage household because of you.
Yeah, I know, but I literally said right here what Eddie's probably telling her right there. Safe throws or none at all. Let's not make the reckless throws. But maybe it was a miscommunication between her and TJ Punk. TJ Punk stopped, and turned toward the sidelines instead of him turning toward the hash marks on the inside right there. Could have been a simple miscommunication on the route.
Joshua Durr with his 3rd interception on the season, 11th of his career, and that pick couldn't have come at a more critical time. Fox Highwind says he's not sorry. I agree. He's not sorry. He's literally laughing over here.
I am not laughing.
He's that was someone else. He's laughing.
I'm gonna feel the wrath of far too many people in the SFL. I need to not get it. See, even Dan's popping in and be like, "Dang it, Gerald!" Like this.
You summoned Dan Tritz again. See what you've done. 3rd down and inches. But that pick couldn't have come at a better time for the Samurai, as Arizona was in scoring territory and getting ready to extend their lead even further, making this more difficult for the Samurai to have potential to come back in it. But getting that interception, if they can convert this 1st down here, could end up resulting in a whole different situation. So
but
see what they do.
I do think they have to have more of a sense of urgency here. Their only drive took 5+ minutes off the clock.
All this handed off. Lee bottled up behind the line, and he can't get there. Great play by the secondary. Bernard Smith coming up to make the stop in the backfield.
Leave it to Smith to come in real clutch right there, right off the back end. Great
Nostalgia
name,
counter.
Great name, great player coming in there. 10-season vet. Greatness by name.
You know how many Smiths there are in the world?
I know.
And you just love them all?
I do.
Bruce Smith, best NFL player of all time.
Oh, I do think he's very underrated. People overlook him all the time.
You
hear the Reggie Whites and of that such.
Yeah.
He's very much as good as a Reggie White.
Because of the name.
No, because he was
Smith.
great.
Yeah, because
he was amazing. Dominant.
He could get in that backfield.
Scary good.
Jackson back out on the field after throwing an interception. Gonna pitch that one down to Brad Jones.
Oh.
Jones doing some moves too. Picks up a 1st down. And if only they had kind of stuck to that game plan. Jackson's stat line was looking really good, and on their way to, not an easy. Well, yeah, an easy victory. I mean, they've been in control this whole game, but through the pick gave Sin City a chance, but the defense stepped up big. As Moses breaks the tackle and gets a 1st down as well. Gets it up to about the 27, I believe. 6 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Fast-moving game.
Yeah, look, and the former MVP showing his coach, hey, I may have a little bit of age on me, but I can still do it, coach. I know we got Brad Jones, the young man, in here to do it, but still got some moves himself. But look, it's not like Sin City hasn't had their opportunities this game. They've had plenty of opportunities to do it. They just kind of squandered it. And they put themselves, at least the defense did, of Sin City, put their offense in a situation to be able to shut down drives of Arizona to allow the offense to get the ball back. They didn't have the turnovers that they're used to having, but you can't count on those turnovers to put you in such a short field to put points on the board because, your offense got to do it. If you want to win in this league, and you know it, right? You won 2 championships in a row. You have to be able to go the length of the field and put points on the board.
Jackson throws, and that one is caught. Tight pass to Lili Kai, picks up a 1st down as we approach 5 minutes to go. It's no surprise VFN is live again. Please support our hardworking crew by smashing that like button, subscribing, and commenting on this video. It really helps the channel out. Turn on your notifications so you never miss a live stream, highlight, or podcast. And thank you for your support of the Virtual Football Network and the SFL. Pitch to Will Todd. Goes for only a short game. Tuesdays and Thursdays, the SFL Minor League is on VFN. Season 11 is underway and resumes Tuesday, September 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern with the New York Gargoyles and Anchorage Wolves. Thursday, October 2nd is Birmingham hosting San Jose and Philadelphia at San Diego. See the SFL Stars of tomorrow right here on the Virtual Football Network. Throws this in motion down to the bottom. He's going to play some wide receiver in this one. And Jackson says psych, hands it off to that guy, Tony Richardson, the fullback, backup fullback.
Well, I don't. Is Eddie trying to pull some switcheroo on us? I don't understand that. You got such good quality backs.
Yeah,
and
they
you give
call
it to
that
that guy.
Shenanigans.
Well, whatever it is, it worked.
Jackson. Will she try to do it herself here on 3rd and 3?
Do a bootleg. I want to see it.
Goes up the middle. Stuffed. J. Mart.
What did you say? First and goal?
Yeah. What?
They gave her a first down for that?
Yeah, I think that might need a challenge.
Wow, she was clearly a yard short. I don't even think she got to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, we're going to have to get another look at this because that should be a 4th down, and Rob M's out on the field. But for a second, I thought Jackson got injured, and I was like, oh, there we go. There it is.
At this stage of the game, Eddie's probably like, well, it's almost over. We're good. Don't do the Gerald. Leave the backups in entirely. If Ashley comes out injured, don't pull everybody.
And the call is overturned as the ref, who clearly was not watching the play at all when he spotted that ball, sees on replay that it was very much a full yard shy.
It was really short. I don't know what they saw. Unless they got confused with another white shirt. I have no idea.
Oh, man, he was watching the cheerleaders on the sideline. I saw him. I just didn't want to draw attention to it, but he was distracted. Thank goodness for the replay. Field goal is up and good. 8-play drive resulting in some points. 20-7 now the score. So 2 touchdowns is what it's going to take if Sin City's going to try to get back into this one, as things are starting to look a little grim. Later on tonight, we've got another pair of games. We've got the 1-5 Carolina Skyhawks at the 4-2 Mexico City Aztecs. It's going to be the Santa Fe Gorillas throwback game, Gerald. Everything in the stadium is decked out in blue and orange. Cameron Duty, Anthony Ellison on the call. And we've got Albuquerque at Detroit, 4-3 at 4-4. Brett Solberg and Wade Phillips on the call. Meanwhile, in Charleston, that game's gone to half. Chicago up 3-0. Ty Patak is injured. 6 interceptions and 10 sacks.
I need more context. Is that 6 interceptions total with 10 sacks total between, or is Ty Patak throwing 6 interceptions, sacks 10 times?
The fact that he's hurt kind of tells me that they've beat him up and taken away his toys 6 times. Yeah. All
right. Oh, wow. What a catch. Clarification, because our producer is amazing. Total interception. That's a messy game.
That is a messy game. Only 1 pick in this one so far, knock on wood.
So I like that they're going tempo here, right? But the only problem is that they're getting snippets. They need to get more than that.
Getting another snippet there. They'll set up a 3rd and inches to see if they go back to the hurry up. They do. Our stats crew working hard to keep track of this one.
What's the dinking and the dunking here? Let's go deeper.
Nope. And now there's an injury.
Wow.
Not anymore. Now the clock is stopped.
Who they kill this time? Rojo.
Yeah, Rob Johnson. Unless you know what? Is this one of them fake injuries?
It is. They're already going to charge them a timeout. No, it's not under 2 minutes.
Yeah. You done lost your mind for a second. No, this will be a free timeout. I think that might have the players might have said, "Hey, Rojo, go down, buddy."
Or he's like, "We can't breathe. Someone needs to fake it."
Someone's after you get tackled, just stay down.
Rojo will be back.
He's fine.
Give him his inhaler.
He's drinking Gatorade on the sideline right now. Patterson throws it deeper, gets more yards, and they'll go back into the hurry up.
Look, and that's what they need right here, right? Let's get more of that going, right, and play a little bit of tempo here.
Patterson goes back that direction. Yeah, climbing that ladder and getting over the defender, Ernest McRae Sr. 12-14 now, 122 yards. Patterson to throw again, goes that way. End zone, touchdown, and the right back in it. They just need to get the ball back one more time. Kenny Hendricks gets his 6th catch of the night and scored.
All they had to do was just somehow run an actual 2-minute offense right there and get the tempo going. And you know what happens in those situations? You stop thinking about what's going on and you just be the athletes that you are. And sometimes the best you have to offer comes out, and it did right there on that drive, and they did it quick, even with the dinking and dunking. Now, if they make this extra point, which I'm pretty sure that they will, what do you do here? Do you onside it or do you kick it deep? Because you technically have 4 clock stoppages at your disposal.
I would kick it. I would kick it deep because I don't want to put my defense in a spot where, listen, any points result in this game being over. And we already saw Rob Enns peg one easily from 49. So I would kick it deep and I would count on my defense. But onside kick formation out here. Will they get it? Nope. Goes right to Fox Highwind. And that touchdown doesn't even matter because Fox Highwind into the end zone, touchdown Scorpions. And just like that, it's a 2-touchdown game once again.
I mean, if you kick it to Fox Highwind, as you mentioned before, he's got, Velcro on his hands, old school Nerf football type stuff. Got it in his hands, made one move, and he was gone. It looks like the Mexico City Championship all over again.
This whole game's kind of felt like an Aztecs game. We've got the quarterback running. We've got, onside kick return for touchdowns. It's got an Aztec-y vibe.
But man, it's disappointing to see the Sin City get down there and get points on the board quick, which is what they needed. And for that to happen, you didn't give your defense a chance, and your defense has done what they've been asked to do for most of the after the first 2 drives of Arizona. They've done what they needed to do to keep themselves in, keep their team in the game. And it's unfortunate that the coaches just decided to take it out of their hands and try the onside kick. The success rate of that is really low.
It is.
And I'm just like, just disappointed that's how this game is very likely going to end up.
Fox Highwind able to get into the end zone for a touchdown earlier on tonight. He said that his nickname should be 7-11 because he's always open. Listen, I'm going to stick with the Velcro glove guy because he wasn't even open on some of these catches. He was not only covered, he was double covered, and he's still getting those catches. Fox Highwind, listen, don't even discount yourself by saying 7-11 and always open. There's a flag on that play. 7 receptions, 85 yards. He's caught everything thrown his way. He's got a touchdown, and those were not 7 receptions where he was wide open. He's been making contested catches.
Making yourself open, and your quarterback having the confidence to throw it your way, knowing that the likelihood of you snatching that ball out of a group of defenders, skying up to get it, leaning out to get it, one-handing it, right, and putting yourself out there is really good. That shows that since they joined the team, what kind of communication Ashley has had with Fox and T since joining the team this season.
Fresh set of downs for the Samurai. They'll throw up top.
That's severely overthrown.
Yeah, Patterson just lost on that one. Type Attack is back in the game over in Charleston.
He's not dead yet.
Nope. 8.5 to go in the third quarter. So once this game goes final, you'll be able to catch most of the second half of that one. This one's been cruising right along.
Mostly penalty free, minimal turnovers.
Patterson completes that one.
It's Al Dillapre sighting.
I didn't even know he came to the stadium today. This one goes to the 2-minute warning. Sin City, can they get back into it? Al Dillapre Sr.'s actually quietly had a decent night. He's got 6 catches for 56 yards, but I know you were expecting a lot more out of him.
Oh, yeah, because guess what? He's been one of the biggest, brightest spots for this offense, the entire season, and especially with the run game struggling.
Patterson to throw over the middle, tipped and incomplete. Tip drill nearly taken away. Xavier Rowe, the third, had his hands on it, could not haul it in. 4th down, and obviously 4-down territory.
Yeah, obviously they got to go for it right here. They don't get it, and Eddie and his crew is in the driver's seat already. They seemingly have been in the driver's seat the entire game. Look, keep it simple right here. Like if you're, you got them spread out. Do a draw play or something here.
They will stick to the throw, and they're going to do it via a screen, and that one works to perfection, but they're forced to burn their first timeout here in the second half, 2 remaining. And, I was kind of hoping that they would try to score without using any timeouts so that they could still have the opportunity to kick it deep. They wouldn't have because they already showed their hand there. But, if you have your 3 timeouts, you can always onside kick it or kick it deep. And even if you don't get it, you still have a chance. Even with this 1 timeout gone now, you need the onside kick, even if you do manage to score here.
Look, you need to get 2 scores here. I don't know, even with under 2 minutes right here, that they have the right game plan for themselves to set themselves up for success. Because as you can see, they're coming out in a split back. They got them in a spread. They got 3 wide outs right there. But I have 3. Look, you got split twins out here, and I don't know if this is what you want to be in.
That pass works there as they find a target over the middle. They'll burn timeout number 2, and they're going to try to get in the end zone on this one. They'll onside kick it. Hopefully, it goes better for them. And if they can, then they'd have to go hurry up all the way.
Like at this point, you're in field goal range, and if you got confidence and you kick it. Kick it right here. Don't waste any more time.
You need 2 touchdowns, homie.
What is it? 17 to 20?
It's 27-14, sir.
Is it?
It is.
I'm confused.
Well, too much Cajun food? I don't know what to tell you.
I've been searching for my shirt.
Well, that ends it.
Big
Sean
dog.
Moore, second interception on the day.
The big dog
and this one could go all the way to the 20, and he's tackled at the 13-yard line. That will do it, though. With only 1:28, Sean Moore seals the win for the Scorpions.
Yeah, the big dog coming through right there with his second interception of the game, thrown right at him and just trucking right on through. Thought the big dog was going to get himself a pick 6, which would have been his first pick 6 of his career, not to be. But he's coming through in the clutch right here. And now I do believe we're going to see the victory formation from Arizona to just seal it up. Away.
Arizona will get the win in a game that they really dominated the whole way. Sin City looked like they were going to try to claw back into it. The second half adjustments did go in Sin City's favor, but not nearly enough as the Scorpions really looking powerful in this one. Final timeout called by Sin City, and now Ashley Jackson can just run out the rest of this clock.
I do see Mr. Gates himself tackled by the fullback, shaking my head.
PTSD.
I will say this. He didn't step out on his own, unlike a certain 27 way back in the day, upon further review.
Saturday, a SFL 4-pack of games gets started with 2 regular championship contenders who are both struggling. Baltimore and Minnesota. We've also got Los Angeles and Pittsburgh, Bossier City and Fort Worth, and Oklahoma City, Houston. Coverage starts at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The SFL lives on the Virtual Football Network. Arizona will improve to 6-3 on the season. They finally broke that streak of winning and losing back-to-back. They won last week, and now, for only the second time this season, they have won a second consecutive game. Sin City will fall to 3-4, and that losing record could cost them dearly in the West Division as Vancouver sits up top, but Arizona hot on their heels. Next up for Arizona, they head into a bye week, and then in Week 13, they'll be in Washington to take on division rival Trident on Saturday, October 11th. And for Sin City, back on the road they go. 3 road games, and now they finally get a home game. Nope, back on the road. They're going to take on the Chicago Warriors Sunday, October 5th. That field goal is up and good, and -5 on that drive, Gerald. But they'll have to kick this one off. Final 3 seconds, and then we are out of here.
Yeah, look, and I do think right here, look, Arizona was in the driver's seat, but guess what? This makes Sin City 0-3 at home. They have not won a game at home. And maybe they prefer, because all their wins have been on the road. Them going on the road may benefit them, because apparently they don't like playing inside their own stadium.
It doesn't seem it, as they've lost consistently here. $9.99 super chat from Eddie Gage, the Arizona Scorpions. He says, Arizona, I love y'all. Game ball to Big Dog for 2 big picks, Fox for receiving, and special teams touchdown, and Ashley for being efficient.
She was very efficient. They played complete ball tonight. Even in the run game, they don't have a ton of stats to show for it in the run game, but they were extremely efficient. The defense played well and shut down that opposing offense. I do think Sin City has a lot to clean up. They can't rely on the defense to put points on the board for them if they want to compete in this league. But guess what? Eddie Gage brought his team into Vegas and reestablished what we thought that they were.
Yes.
And
definitely.
I do think this is another building block for Eddie Gage and his squad to further compete in the West Division.
Yeah, and we asked the question in the pregame show, did Sin City fix something after the first 3 games to get those next 3 wins? Honestly, after watching this game, I'm not sure they did. They definitely still have work to do. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League on the Virtual Football Network. For Gerald Smith, Corey Menner, Justin Reside, Cameron Irvine, and Matt Wilson, who's always with me in spirit, I'm Mike Daggs. Thanks for joining us. Be kind to one another. Always choose happy, and have a great night.